Thinking about today for a really long time, and I wrote something. Very intense and potentially incendiary, and I think the levels of stress and worry in this world are already so high that I don't think it's necessary. If you'd like me to share it with you after, I would be happy to, but I think right now something that I need meditation very desperately, and time and processing and breath. And so I'm just going to take this time to meditate, and you can all join me. I saw some people were sitting down for Danielle's set, Living Things set. If you'd like to sit, you are more than welcome. If you'd like to hum along or verbalize, I think this is just a good time for time taking. We're here. We've given ourselves this opportunity to be inside this space thoughtfully and intentionally, and with people we love and trust, and very safely. Thank you, Malcolm. And so, I love you too. So I think this should just be nice. I think I would like it. this feeling that you have right now, and stay open and dropped in. And Malcolm wanted to read a poem with me. Nick, would you mind turning on? Yep, mic 3.
Check. Is that one? Is that good?
I think that one's unplugged. You tried it, I tried it.
Alright.
I did that.
Oh, okay. Hello. We're good? Okay. Yes, I'd like to read a poem. This poem is by my friend Ahmed El-Dremli. He's from North Gaza City. He wrote this poem 2 years ago. And he's still alive. If the war stops now, who will bring back our loved ones who were killed in cold blood? If the war stops now, who will heal our mental health from the multiple traumas and panic attacks? If the war stops now, who will find the missing half of my friend's body after bombing him? If the war stops now, who will recover our physical wounds? If the war stops now, who will convince me that I may not be killed in the next moments? If the war stops now, who will erase the color of blood from the white flower bags in the sidewalks? If the war stops now, who will reassure me that I won't have to evacuate another 5, 10, or 13 times? If the war stops now, who will help me cry after my tears have dried up? If the war stops now, who will assure me that my mom's medicine will always be available? If the war stops now, who will stop the drone sound in my mind? If the war stops now, who will change the smell of death lingering in my mind? If the war stops now, who will rebuild the memories of every corner of my sister's house, which was bombed and turned into rubble? If the war stops now, who will compensate me for the days of humiliation spent sleeping in the streets? If the war stops now, who will assure me, If the war stops now, who will assure me I will not be uprooted from my home, neighborhood, or city? If the war stops now, who will help me find my dead uncle's grave after the Israeli bulldozer dug up the cemetery? If the war stops now, who will explain to me that life is not only loss, grief, and pain? If the war stops now, who will turn the sound of crying into laughter? If the war stops now, if the war stops now, if the war stops now. Hundreds of questions need to be answered, but the war hasn't stopped yet, leading to one question. Will I be alive if the war doesn't stop now? Thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Malcolm Reardon. I'm the founder of Chicago Community Fest, And I'm a volunteer fundraiser for internally displaced Palestinian families in Gaza. I want to thank you all so much for coming out and being generous in this cause, which is so deserving of your attention, and I mean every single day. It is worthy of your frustration. It is worthy of your anger. We cannot let them win. This is not all right. And I want to thank you all so much for making this commitment to be in this room with us and share this experience and share your money. And I want to let you know that we're pretty damn close to our 2K fundraising goal. Yes, we are. And we are fundraising for an organization called Prosthetics for Palestine, and I want to talk about them just for a minute. This is, I believe, our fourth show fundraising for Prosthetics for Palestine. They are an amazing volunteer-run organization, and while we're talking about volunteering, I want to draw the attention to the fact that all of the artists who performed here today, Nick Vaughn doing sound, Cam Golder from The Apartment doing door, Dee for driving me around and performing and helping me do all of the planning for this. I want to say this is a volunteer effort, and we are so grateful that you turned it into something meaningful for us and for Prosthetics for Palestine. They are doing work that is going to be desperately necessary for a long time, and so it is important to remember that there are people out there committing their time and their effort and their expertise to this fight, and that we are all in it. And I want you to repeat 3 words after me before I introduce our headliner for the evening, and we take about 5 minutes to get ready for the last show of the day. These words are boycott. Say it with me. Boycott. The second word is divestment. Say it with me. Divestment. The third word is sanctions. Say it with me. Sanctions. That's what we need. That's what we need it now. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for supporting Chicago Community Fest. Thank you to Ava Brennan. Thank you to Layla and Dominic. Thank you to Marasi. Thank you so much to Living Thing. Thank you so much to Liska. Thank you so much to Jean-Baptiste, and let's give them a round of applause because I cut them off there. And thank you so much to our headliner, Oyemi. Thank you. There's one more thing. We have posters for sale, $20. They're posters of the show designed by Eli Schmidt, Mother Night. Follow them on Instagram. They do amazing flyers. I have one-of-a-kind Polaroids from like a depressive period from when I moved back to Chicago in 2019. They're just of the city and of my neighborhood and some abstract stuff. Those are going to fundraise for Ahmed, whose poem I just read, and to his cousin Rolla, who has been displaced again to the south of Gaza. And we are trying to do everything we can to think about them every day. All of my friends are, and I want you all to think about them every day too. Just for me, just for being here. Think about Ahmed and Rolla, and think about everyone in Gaza every day in your heart, in your actions. Make sure you take it with you always. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.